This is the story of Rainbow Brite Saves Spring. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear the chimes ring like this. Let's begin now. At the very end of the rainbow, where some people say that pots of gold are found, there is a wonderful place called Rainbow Land. Gold or not, one thing is certain. Rainbow Land is the place where colors are born, and it's the home of Rainbow Brite. Rainbow Brite is a lovable little girl who brings color and happiness to the world with her magic star sprinkles. Without her, the world would be a dull, gloomy, not at all fun place to be. The star sprinkles come in the 7 colors of the rainbow. They make grass green, and the sky blue, and roses red. It's quite a trick to make sure that everything comes out right. But Rainbow Brite manages to do the job perfectly every day. Of course, making sure the entire world is filled with new colors every day is a big job. And even a smart, hard-working girl like Rainbow can't dig and sort the colors all by herself. So she has many friends who help her. Besides the color kids, the busiest of Rainbow's helpers are the little sprites. They are the friendly furry workers who dig in the color mines all day. The sprites collect wheelbarrows full of the brightest color crystals to make into star sprinkles. Right in the heart of Rainbow Land stands the color castle where Rainbow Brite and the color kids live. The castle is decorated with star-shaped windows and rainbow-arched doorways through which sunbeams glimmer and dance. It is a happy and magical place. But just outside Rainbow Land, on a gray and gloomy hill, stands the pits. There is nothing happy or wonderful about this place. Dark, threatening clouds and smog-like smoke loom over the colorless land. Only 2 people in the world would want to live in the pits: Murky Dismal and his bumbling assistant, Lurky. Deep in the pits, Murky Dismal added a pinch of midnight to a big, evil-smelling pot.
Now stir that up good, Lurky. Just think, with this potion I'll be able to keep Rainbow Brite and her goody-goody friends from putting more color in the world. Soon everything will be gray and gloomy, and everyone will be as miserable as I am.
That's right, Murky. You're the miserablest.
One morning, Rainbow Brite gathered the color kids together to make an important announcement.
Today is the first day of spring, and we have lots of work to do. If we don't color everything as brightly as possible, spring won't arrive. Winter will go on forever. Are you ready to get started?
All the color kids shouted their agreement. Rainbow grinned.
Great! Then the first thing we need to do is visit Rainbow Falls to pick up all the star sprinkles we can carry.
Patio Green was so eager to get started, she danced a little jig.
Well, I'll be needing lots of green star sprinkles to brighten the new grass and leaves.
Buddy Blue pretended he was swimming through one of the lakes he would soon touch up with his blue star sprinkles. This made Canary Yellow laugh.
Don't forget about the yellow star sprinkles for the daffodils.
And red star sprinkles for the tulips,
shouted Red Butler.
Come on, I'll race you to Rainbow Falls.
But Shy Violet and Indigo already had a head start. So Red jogged alongside Lala Orange. At the falls, they found heaps of star sprinkles everywhere. Rainbow dodged a sprite pushing an overloaded cart.
The sprites are working so hard, I'm sure spring will come on time.
Twink, Rainbow's favorite sprite, scurried here and there giving orders.
Yes,
Faster, faster! Spring is almost here!
Rainbow's magnificent flying horse, Starlight, trotted into the color caves to see how hard everyone was working. He nodded his colorful mane in approval. Suddenly, Starlight perked up his ears at a distant noise. Red Butler heard it too, and pointed to the bumpy, narrow road that led down from the pits.
I'd know that rackety sound anywhere. It's that awful grunge buggy.
A second later, Murky's filthy car shot over the hill, huffing and puffing great clouds of nasty smoke. As he rode by the surprise sprites, Murky sprayed them with his awful potion.
Steer over that way, Lurky. We missed a few. This will ruin spring once and for all.
Lurky glanced at the sprites and laughed.
Hey, Murky, that potion's putting a gray cloud over their heads. It's making them so gloomy, they've stopped working.
Rainbow Bright pointed an accusing finger at Murky and Lurky.
Stop those two! They're trying to ruin the first day of spring!
But because of Murky's potion, the gloomy sprites just stood there, all murked out. Rainbow grabbed a handful of star sprinkles and jumped onto Starlight's back.
Come on, let's go get Murky and Lurky.
Quick as a flash, Starlight took to the sky. In a moment, he caught up with the wicked pair and swooped down on them as Rainbow tossed star sprinkles in their path.
Take that!
Murky tried to duck his head.
Steer that way, you fool!
Which way?
Lurky turned the wheel and drove right into the star sprinkles. In an instant, Lurky began to smile. Then he giggled. Then he stopped the buggy.
Boy, do I feel good.
Murky Dismal shook his fists at Lurky.
Don't stop, you oaf!
But Lurky just sat there smiling at Rainbow Land.
You know, I never noticed what a nice view this is from here.
Then the star sprinkles began to affect Murky.
Oh no! All these colors are making me feel happy! It's sickening! Move over, Lurky! I'm going to drive us out of here!
Then he roared off for the pits as fast as he could go. Rainbow watched as the wind blew all the gloom and smoke away.
Thank goodness Murky Dismal and his potion are gone. Now we can get spring back on schedule.
Twink jumped up and down, calling to his fellow sprites.
Come on, everyone! Get unmurked! We've got work to do!
Then Rainbow Bright, the color kids, and all the sprites hurried off to make the first day of spring the happiest, brightest day ever.
Take a pinch of red, a dash of blue, I'll color you a rainbow. Add a yellow glow and a violet hue, I'll color you a rainbow. Mix it up with smiles and laughter too, and on a rainy day, paint a rainbow inside of you. Paint a You can paint a rainbow. You can paint a rainbow.
This is the story of Rainbow Brite and the Brook Meadow deer. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear the chimes ring like this. Let's begin now. There's a wonderful place on earth called Brook Meadow. It's filled with rolling hills and tall shade trees. Beautiful flowers blossom along the banks of a cool blue stream. Because of its lush green grass, Brook Meadow is a favorite spot for deer and other animals to eat and play. At the very end of the rainbow is another wonderful place called Rainbow Land. It's filled with small round houses and thousands of brightly colored flowers. There are even trees that are shaped like stars. Standing right in the middle of Rainbow Land is a tall tower called the Color Castle. The Color Castle is the home of a lovable little girl who's in charge of bringing color and happiness to the world. Her name is Rainbow Brite. One day, Rainbow and her helpers, the Color Kids, were tending to chores around the Color Castle. Buddy Blue was hard at work sweeping, and Lala Orange was dusting the furniture. Rainbow's special friend Patty O'Green was helping her wash the dishes. Rainbow dried the last dish and hung up her towel.
I've got an idea. Let's go to Rainbow Falls and visit the sprites. Then we can see how many star sprinkles they've made today.
The Color Kids found the sprites hard at work mining color crystals. Other sprites were busy turning the glittering stones into star sprinkles. The sprites had been very busy that day. There was a pile of star sprinkles for every color of the rainbow. Shy Violet thought the violet star sprinkles needed some extra color, so she added a touch more violet. Red Butler thought the red star sprinkles were just the right shade of red. Patty O'Green was busy counting her piles of green star sprinkles.
I just want to make sure there are plenty. You never know how much you're going to need, and I want to be ready for any emergency,
said Patty. Meanwhile, Rainbow Brite's magic horse Starlight was flying happily in the sky, watching over Rainbow Land. Starlight glided along the rainbow as it gently curved toward Earth. He flew just above the treetops for a better view.
Isn't this Brook Meadow? It's usually green and beautiful, but it seems so dull.
As Starlight landed gracefully in the parched meadow, he heard a soft sobbing sound. He turned to see a mother deer and her fawn.
But, Mommy, you said there would be nice green grass here.
I thought there would be, dear. I was sure we could find something to eat in Brook Meadow, but everything has turned brown.
Starlight looked around.
Those poor deer are so thin. How are they going to eat? All of the grass and trees are dying.
The fawn nibbled at the bark of a tree.
This tastes bitter. What are we going to do, Mommy?
I just don't know. I guess we have to hope for a miracle.
Starlight stamped his hoof mightily on the ground.
I've got to help those deer. I must find Rainbow Brite.
Starlight raced across the rainbow and found Rainbow Brite watering the flowers in her garden.
Quick, Rainbow! There are some deer who need our help. Brook Meadow has turned brown, and the deer are starving.
We've got to help them. Hurry, Starlight. Go to Rainbow Falls and bring back Patty O'Green. And tell her we need lots of green star sprinkles.
In a flash, Starlight was back with Patty O'Green.
Starlight said you needed me, Rainbow. What's wrong?
There's a meadow not far from here that's brown and dying, Patty. And there are deer who are going to starve if we don't get some green star sprinkles there. And fast!
Rainbow jumped up on Starlight's back and the magnificent horse leaped into the sky.
Hurry, Starlight.
In just a few seconds, they were over Brook Meadow. Patty looked down at the brown grass.
Oh, this will be fun! I just hope I brought enough star sprinkles.
As Starlight glided gracefully along the treetops, Rainbow and Patty showered green star sprinkles over every tree and bush and blade of grass. The whole meadow shimmered in green as the sprinkles fell. The tiny fawn gazed up, wide-eyed.
Look, Mommy! It's Rainbow Bright! And the grass, it's turning green again!
It really is a miracle. You saved the meadow, Rainbow Bright. How can we thank you?
You don't have to thank us. We love spreading color wherever we can. Seeing you happy is thanks enough.
And as Rainbow and Patty waved to the deer, Starlight turned to gallop across the wide ribbon of rainbow that led back home. Back to Rainbow Land.
There's a place where we can go at the end of the rainbow, where kids all laugh, they sing and play, and never see a cloudy day. Just gaze up at the stars and know you're never very far away from Rainbow Land, in Rainbow Land, where skies are always blue. Rainbow Land, in Rainbow Land, where all your dreams can come true. In Rainbow Land. Close your eyes and just pretend we're sad.